It was a great Christmas present. Maybe one of the best I've ever gotten. When I opened the box, there it was. The exact one that I had seen and wanted. Oh, there was no end to what I could do with the most amazing label maker. It wasn't my first label maker, but this one was so much faster and offered so many more options and colors than I'd ever had before. I couldn't wait to start using it. First, I tackled the pantry. Not that it wasn't already organized, but I wanted to make it really easy for everyone to tell the difference between the rice checks, the corn checks, and the wheat checks. Then I worked on the spices, all rearranged in nice, even containers, labeled and alphabetized. Parsley, rosemary, sage, and thyme. My labeling and we go way back. I can still remember the first time I ever saw one. I was in the drugstore with my mother, and while she was picking up some prescription, I was in the school supply aisle. And there it was. This plastic handheld device shaped kind of like a gun. It had this chunky letter wheel on top that punched each letter into white onto this tape that came in a rainbow of colors. Oh, I remember thinking to myself, you can just name anything, whatever you want it to be. I had to have one. Next on my list were my files. Tidy black Helvetica on white, all caps, done. 450 file folders, all neat and complete with the names I wanted them to have. My kids' toys followed, and there were a few challenges. Katie, honey, you know the dolls are sorted by hair color. You can't keep mixing up the blondes with the brunettes when they're all marked so clearly, sweetheart. Just read the labels and you'll be able to keep them all straight, okay?
Okay, Mommy.
It's hard for me to imagine how I let some of those areas go for so long. You know, when you grow up with so many areas out of your control, moving every year, alcoholic mother, changing schools, when you finally have your own house and you can get everything just the way you want it, it feels great. Unfortunately, I didn't stop with the house. I couldn't. One night, I was at a couples shower with my husband, Tony, who finds it increasingly difficult to keep all of my friends straight.
Now, is that Karen the accountant, or is that Liz?
No, Jeannie is the single accountant. Karen, she used to be a nurse, but now she stays home with the kids. And you know Liz, she goes with Pat, the tall guy with the horn-rimmed glasses.
Right. Did you notice that Doug brought Donna with him?
I did. She's the one who was divorced just a few months ago, remember? Tony never noticed that I created a small label for Donna. It would just go right across her forehead the next time I saw her. Divorced. One day, I was working on some labels for one of the drawers in the kitchen when Tony came in, fuming.
I just pulled this off of Katie. It says chubby. Did you put this on her?
No, of course not. I mean, I don't think I did. Well, I was talking with Karen yesterday, and she said that Ashley was worried about her weight. And I said, Ashley doesn't need to worry about her weight. She looks fine. Katie is the one who needs to... But I didn't think she heard me.
Do you know how dangerous this is? Lazy, boring, fat, beautiful.
It's nothing. They're just some labels.
This goes way beyond toys and spices. These labels are for
Tony,
people.
You don't understand. they help me. I like to label things so that I know where they go in my mind. It's just a little game that I play.
Enough! I will not go around picking these off our kids like ticks off a dog. You slap these on people like they have no consequences. Well, it's gonna stop. It's gonna stop now.
No, Daddy! Look what you've done! I won't know where anything goes or who anyone is. I need my labels. They help me. Everything will get too messy.
Lindsay, pick up this mess. Put it where it belongs. Nobody likes a messy little girl.
Where, Mommy? Where does it all belong? A few decades earlier, in my little room, my mother had labeled me as messy, and it stuck. But I wasn't a messy girl. The mess was hers. And oh, I desperately wanted to clean it all up. I thought that if I could just get everything in its proper place, it would all be okay. I started labeling to control the questions and all the chaos. And the pain. And even the people. It brought the illusion of peace and order where there was none. I'm sorry, Mother. I can't clean up your mess or the messes of other people or the mess of the world. I picked up the pieces of my label maker. But instead of throwing them in the trash, I placed them in a box. With no label. And I kept them to remind myself that good things can come from broken pieces. And from broken people who've actually learned something in the breaking. It was a great Christmas present. Maybe the best I've ever gotten.